Yep, practice is a wrap here at St. John's. Pretty tough practice. I think the weather's really gonna throw a wrench in it with the cold we got coming. There's a lot of fish currently spawning at the moment. I don't know if those will still be around or catchable when the cold hits, so we're probably just gonna have to adjust on the fly derby day and probably try to figure out how to catch some ones that are hanging off, probably slow dragging worms and that kind of typical Florida stuff, not the fun stuff you picture, but it is what it is, and we'll go give her hell.
All right, St. John's River this year, 2025, it's kind of a funny bite this year. They're biting a little bit in some areas. I haven't found that concentration or where those fish are going to. That's always the key on the St. John's River. Find out where those fish are headed. We got cold front conditions coming up, so anybody that says they're on them, be careful. You're gonna see some guys that come in with big bags that didn't have any idea, and you're gonna have some guys that thought they were gonna catch them a little bit better, kind of struggle. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out, but I'm gonna have my warm striker gear on and I'll be ready.
Hey guys, Elite Series Pro Matt Herren coming to you from the St. John's River. You know, practice has been a real struggle this week. We're on the backside of the moon. We're kind of in between fronts. So everything's really kind of changing. Found some stuff that got a lot of hopes for, and then I found eliminated a lot of water. So we'll have to wait and see what the conditions are when we get up Thursday morning and try to figure it out.
All right, guys, wrapping up practice here at the St. John's. Man, I really like this place, but it's not been good to me this week so far in practice. It's hard to get a bite, and or it is for me anyway. I think there's a lot of fish that hadn't really got to where they need to be to catch them. If there's some guys gonna catch them, they live here. The weather is not in our favor. That's one thing we got going against us that we've had different from any other year. So it's gonna be interesting. It'll be one in a different place than I think it's been one in a long time. So we'll see.
Hey guys, Bo Browning here. Just wrapped up practice here on the St. John's River for stop number 1 of the 2025 Elite Series. It's been an interesting practice. You know, first day we got here, we had good weather and the fish were kind of cooperating a little bit. Then we had some cold weather move in. It looks like it's going to consistently get worse as the week goes on. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens. It's already looking like it's going to be a grinder, but with the day off tomorrow and then the next tournament day, we don't really know what's going to happen. So it's probably going to be pretty tricky, but somebody's going to catch them. This place has big ones in it, but I think down the line we're going to see weights a little bit lower than normal.
All right, guys, Jay Will here. Just ended the final day of practice, St. John's River. Man, it's a beautiful place as always. You know, it's fishing tougher this time for me. You know, you can tell the water's not as clean as it has been in the years past. I think the hurricanes, you know, when they come through, the water got real high, and when it comes back down, it brings a lot of that sediment out of the woods and stuff from it being high. So it's a tough fishery. It's hard to get bit, but it is Florida, and they do still live here. So there's going to be a few guys that are going to land in the right area. As far as me goes, I have not found that area, but we're still going to look. We're going to be practicing again day 1 of the tournament. So this is Florida, and you got to be optimistic about Florida because there's a lot of 10-pounders swimming around in this place, and I just need a couple of them, you know. So we're going to go out there, work hard, try to make a couple good decisions, and keep ourselves in this thing.
You know, practice for me was kind of like the weather. I mean, up and down, blowing, cold, raining. I can see this tournament. I can see it breaking wide open. I can see the little cold snap kind of triggering it, but I can also see it being tougher. It's not easy to get a bite. It's just not. I mean, I've gotten some bites like everybody else, but it's just not easy to get a bite. Good thing it's St. John's. They can be that long.
Hey guys, Tucker Smith, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro. It's crazy to say that actually. It's my first tournament of the year, and practice was tough, man. I caught a bunch of fish, but they were all about this big. So had a few good bites. Hopefully we can run into 5 of those on the first day of the tournament.
What's going on, guys? Just wrapping up practice here on the St. John's, and it's cooling off. So you got the hoodie on. It's tough practice for me. Not all that good. Didn't find them. Didn't catch any big ones. But man, it's Florida. All you gotta do is get in the right area. Hopefully they're nice to us this week.
All right, just got off the water and feeling a little grim about the St. John's River, but happy to be fishing the Elite Series again, and season 2 hopefully will be a good one, and hopefully I catch 5 keeper bass.
Hey guys, Paul Marks, Elite Series rookie this year, just finished up practice. St. John's, it's a beautiful place. Bass fishing's kind of tough. I haven't found much. I think it's going to be a real hard one. Cold front's coming, and I think it's going to be kind of little iffy. So we'll see.